There was a time when scoring an invitation to a meticulously appointed private island required truly amazing connections. But times have changed, and increasingly, it's the cruise industry that's welcoming guests to privately held, perfectly situated tropical outposts for all kinds of fun in the sun and exclusive experiences. So consider this episode your own invitation to a private island, and today's guest one of the concept's leading proponents. Jay Schneider is the Chief Product Innovation Officer for Royal Caribbean International, and we're so happy he's here to share his insights on the best kinds of private island experiences. Jay Schneider, welcome to Well Traveled with AAA.
Thanks, Abby. Thanks for having me.
Of course. So for listeners who've never taken a cruise, or at least not one with a private island stop, could you start by giving us a sense of the concept in the most basic terms?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, listen, cruise guests in general, sail on a ship because they want to go visit a destination. And we go to, the most amazing destinations in the world. We research this all the time. It's the number one reason people go on a cruise is to go visit places. And so private or branded destinations play a role in rounding out the things that our guests want to go see. It allows us to curate, in our case, the best of thrill and chill, which is the best of the island experience that we can create. And so we designed Perfect Day so that we could really create a stop among many other destinations that you visit on your itinerary to be something that can deliver no other vacation that anyone else can frankly deliver.
Moving on to Coco Cay specifically, could you set the scene a bit for our listeners?
Yeah, Perfect Day at Coco Cay truly, we keep saying the best of thrill and chill. We spend a lot of time really understanding what our guests are looking for.
I'm so sorry, Jay. I think you keep cutting out. I heard you sort of came in mid-sentence. I don't know if I'm the only person who's not hearing all of what Jay is saying.
Abby, we are on my end hearing all of Jay. I think it's. Are you in a different location than you usually are?
I am. Yeah.
Yes. So we are hearing him. Are you close to the Wi-Fi router, or do you even know where that is in proximity to? Are you on the Wi-Fi?
I am, and I should be close. But you know what? I'll stop. As long as everybody else is hearing fine, I'm just gonna. I'm gonna try and lip read when I'm not hearing you. So,
Carrie, we just brought you in too. Are you hearing any anomalies?
I'm not. I can hear everything.
Good. Okay, we're doing the same thing. Yeah. All right, so let's pick it up from your last question, Abby.
Okay, I'm so sorry. And then I'm just not gonna. If I don't hear you, Jay, I'm just gonna pretend that I do and keep moving.
Okay. Here we go.
Okay, so. Moving on to Coco Cay specifically, could you set the scene a bit for our listeners?
Yeah, of course. Happy to. So guests, we set out to go create truly the perfect vacation day for our guests. And as we research with our guests, which we do a lot, that really for our guests is always this balance of chill and thrill. You see it on our ships. You see it at Perfect Day at Coco Cay. And chill means different things to different people. For our guests, it's great beach, great views, great water, great cocktail, live music. Thrill is adrenaline pumping, water park, water sports, zip line. And so we really set out to kind of strike that balance that our guests were looking for. And so when guests arrive on Perfect Day at Coco Cay, they're greeted with one of the most important factors is cultural authenticity. And so they're greeted with Junkanoo dancers. We're pumping up the energy, the vibe of really what is meant to be their perfect vacation day. And then they choose from there how they want to spend their day with, a litany of offers for them to choose from.
Discover your ultimate island experience with the help of a AAA travel agent. Book at AAA and enjoy exclusive member benefits and unbeatable value. Connect with a AAA travel agent today at AAA.com/travel. And there are also some truly distinctive features to this island. Could we talk about a few of those?
Everybody vacations differently. You and I vacation differently. And so really crafting a perfect day means having options that are available for people who want a vacation in a different way. And so everything from Hideaway Beach, which is an adults only enclave made up of great pools, great views, great food, great cocktails, to really the first overwater cabanas in the Caribbean as part of our Cocoa Beach Club product, which is a more exclusive service-oriented beach club. You essentially have your cabana attendant who brings you food, drinks. You've got your own music system. You're in a floating overwater cabana. You've got your own shower. You've got your own mini bar, great space. You've got a dining table. You've got your own water plunge slide,
Wow.
a hanging net so you can just sit and relax. It's on the southern shore of Coco Cay, so it is extremely peaceful. The views are amazing. The water's gorgeous. It's warm. It's one of the most inviting kind of cabana experiences that we've ever built. Or it is the most inviting cabana experience we've ever built, and really just a relaxing, amazing product that you then can dial up as you want to. Right? Again, you can pair your phone with it, your Bluetooth with it. You can pipe in the DJ from the rest of the island if you want. You can pipe in other island music. Or go out on your own. Awesome complimentary food throughout the entire site. Great chill beach space. Great bars. Great live music. All surrounded by a gorgeous water park called Thrill Water Park that has two major water towers and adrenaline pumping slides for guests of all ages.
And I think there's also a lot of the tallest and the biggest and sort of the most superlative experiences in the region. Maybe you could mention some of those.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you can't be Royal Caribbean without wow. And so as we think about that, you've got Daredevil's Peak, which is 135-foot amazing water slide. You've got drop slides. You've got Summit Tower with its water slides. You've got an up and away balloon that allows you to sail into the sky and get gorgeous views and vistas of the entire island.
Wow.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, we call it Perfect Day for a reason, and our guests have resoundingly called it their perfect day as well.
Right. Well, and for those whose idea of perfection maybe involves immersing themselves in local nature during that stop, that's an option too, right?
It is. The Bahamas are known for gorgeous water, and so you've got everything from snorkeling to kayaking, lounging, you name it. And so there's an opportunity to engage with nature as well.
Even, I think, scuba diving too, right?
Yep, and scuba diving as well.
That's really great. And is a lot of what's offered on the island included in the price of the cruise?
Yeah, it's absolutely. And so part of what we're most proud of is just it really is included as part of your itinerary. And so there are great complimentary or included aspects to the entire island. Great beach, great food, 5 complimentary dining venues. And so really there are add-ons, of course. If you choose, if you want to go to the water park, for example, that's an add-on, but there are great complimentary options throughout the entire island.
Is it true that Coco Cay is the favorite port of call for your travelers? And if so, do they tend to share any celebrations with you and really fun ways they've enjoyed the island?
Yeah, I mean, it is our number one destination by any measure, whether that's guest satisfaction, volume. And so we are phenomenally proud of the success of Coco Cay. There are so many stories. Again, everybody vacations differently. So we have what is frankly our best splashaway bay, which is really a water slide and water experience for little kids. And so, adrenaline pumping thrill means something different to everybody, whether that's a teenager, going through a Dropbox slide, or frankly, when my kid was 6-year-old going down a fun, small little kid slide. It really, truly, there is something for everyone. We have a great kind of party adult vibe in Hideaway Beach, a great kind of exclusive service experience in Cocoa Beach Club, adrenaline pumping thrill in the water park, gorgeous views in South Beach, which is part of our Chill Beach area. Just so many different aspects of something for everyone, that you hear stories from guests all the time, whether it's people celebrating, large number of people celebrate with us, whether it's vacations, anniversaries. And so people lean into that experience in different ways. We've had people get engaged. We've had people get married. We've had people have divorce parties. We've had people have, celebration of life ceremonies. Every aspect, if you think about it, of kind of the human experience has come to life in some way, shape, or form. I guess nobody's given birth yet. We've had every aspect of kind of the human experience come to life in Perfect Day, because it really is such a unique kind of experience for our guests in a way that they want to come back to over and over again. They think about Perfect Day at Coco Cay in their consideration set for going on a vacation and building memories. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, we design vacations for a very simple reason. It's to help people make memories. Right. And Perfect Day at Coco Cay is a memory-making experience.
And there are more exclusive island experiences in the pipeline, I believe. Maybe you could share some of those with our listeners.
It goes back to the kind of core fundamental that our guests are always looking for. They're looking to go to great destinations. And so we take people to marquee destinations all around the world. When we want to or need to or find opportunities to further delight our guests, we continue to expand our kind of these branded destinations, our branded destination portfolio around the world. So coming soon, later this year, will be our first Royal Beach Club product. It'll be the Royal Beach Club in Paradise Island. Millions of our guests go to NASA every year. And so we're excited to introduce our Royal Beach Club in Paradise Island. Unlike Perfect Day at Coco Cay, where it is the destination, the Royal Beach Club product is something you can do at a destination, among other things you can do. There are great food tours and experiences you can go have in Nassau. This adds to it a Royal branded product that we're excited for guests to do. We'll build a Royal Beach Club in Paradise Island. We're building one in Cozumel. And then we've announced our second Perfect Day, our Perfect Day Mexico, in the kind of southern coast of Quintana Roo, in Mahahual, that should open in 2027, late 2027, which will greet millions of guests as well. And we're designing it right now, but it'll be that same balance of thrill and chill, but paired with great, authentic Mexican meets Royal Caribbean, because that's really what our guests are looking for. They're looking to visit a great Mexican destination.
Getting ready to travel? Make sure you and your travel investment are protected with travel insurance. Do more and worry less. For more information, visit AAA.com/travel insurance. So what are some of the ways that you're able to incorporate local flavor, whether it's literal local flavors or more metaphorical local flavors into these exclusive experiences?
Yeah, it's a great question. It's something we obsess on a lot. Food plays a big role in the vacation experience. So, I said at the beginning, the number one reason people go on a cruise is to go visit a destination. The number two reason is food. And so food plays a big role in bringing culture and authenticity to life. Beverage plays a big role in bringing culture and authenticity to life. Entertainment is another area that plays a big role in bringing that authenticity to life. Art, is another area that brings it to life. Retail, local authentic retail is another area. And then depending on the destination, there are different types of experiences that guests are looking for that are unique to that destination. In the South Pacific, nature and the interaction with nature trails and the world around you is an important part. In Mexico, interaction with, one of the great parts about Mexico, in addition to food, is also the making and the process of the people and how they go through that. And you'll see us bring that to life as well.
Could you tell us a bit about the island's accessibility?
Yeah, I mean, one of the things I think we as a company are most proud of, whether it's ships or Perfect Day at Coco Cay, is the care that we put into making sure that the experiences that we build are accessible for everyone. And so from an accessibility standpoint, Perfect Day was designed to make sure that we could support guests with accessible needs. And that's everything from pool lifts across the each of the pools across the entire property, whether it's lower counter dining experiences, both at Cocoa Beach Club, in our QSRs, as well as in our buffets. It's accessible sand wheelchairs. It's accessible hardscape paths so that guests can meander the entire island, not just portions of the island. Even our wave pool even is accessible. And so it's that care that we really go through in our entire experience that we pay attention to as part of the design process.
That's really great to hear. Thank you. And could you share with our listeners maybe some of the insider details about what kind of inspiration went into the design of the island?
The reality is designing these destinations take a village, and everywhere from our chairman and CEOs to individual designers, our ops teams, product teams, and everybody in between, our go-to-market teams, everybody. And so, we have design charrettes, we bring in agencies, we go look for inspiration and product around the world. There's not a part of the world we don't go look at for inspiration, whether it's resorts, whether it's water parks, whether it's hotels. I was in Mexico last week taking pictures on my vacation of things that I saw that I shared with the team. And so, every kind of part of our design process pulls in mood boards from around the world, but they all have to match up with our brand and our brand DNA. And so, whether it's the up and away balloon or whether it's Daredevil's Peak, which is, our tallest water slide, or Daredevil's Tower, which is our colorful tallest water tower, all of that meets kind of what we would describe as our brand DNA. It's the colors, it's the vibrancy, it's the purposeful nature of each of the neighborhoods. We've become experts at really understanding how flow placemaking exists. And so you'll notice the Cocoa Beach Club umbrellas are different colors than the Chill Beach umbrellas, than the Hideaway Beach umbrellas, because we really believe in neighborhood placemaking. We know guests, go find a spot for the day. They may meander the island, but they have a home base. We want them to, from a visual wayfinding perspective, whether it's the color of the pavers in the ground to the umbrellas that we have, that detail and placemaking is something we obsess about. Oasis Lagoon, which is the largest freshwater pool in the Caribbean, can take thousands of people. You wouldn't know there's thousands of people there at any real point because of the design of that pool, how you experience it for the first time, how you come on top of it for the first time. And even when you see it as you come around the corner and see the Oasis Lagoon pool sign, you see a part of it, and the other part of the pool is landscaped off to the left. And so you never really feel that there are a lot of people there. That's part of the science and art of making it a perfect day for everyone. We obsess on little things like square foot for a lounger. We want to make sure that you have your space. We never want you to feel crowded. We obsess on the number of loungers and the amount of shade and study it obsessively because we want to make sure that you always have access to a really great, comfortable, amazing lounger so you can focus on not where your seat is, but really more the view, the memories, the family you're with or the people that you're with, and the cocktail that's in your hand. And then we do fun things like that people don't really always notice. You know, we infuse local hot sauce into the wings at Captain Jack's. And so there's a lot of little design elements like that that work their way through. Hideaway Beach, which is our newest neighborhood that we opened in the beginning, in January of 2024, was really like the design of it was meant to be kind of hideaway. Like we purposely created hidden switchbacks so it would feel like a lost enclave that you stumbled across. Yet when you spill out into it, you're looking at sweeping views of the ocean, amazing pool, gorgeous lagoon. And so all of that care and design effort, we have a lot of fun with and draw, frankly, like I said, inspiration from around the world.
Are you enjoying Well Traveled with AAA? Subscribe to this podcast today and share your thoughts on ratings and reviews. We'll finish with a question that we ask all of our guests, and that is, what does well traveled mean to you?
You know, as someone who designs vacations for a living, I spend half of my job trying to obsess with what does well traveled mean for everyone else. Because the reality is, you know, we design vacations for other people. And it means we have to spend a lot of time really understanding what people are looking for. And, you know, well-traveled for me is everything. I love going and sitting in on a beach in the middle of nowhere, listening to the quiet sound of the ocean, to hanging out in a fishing village in northern Canada in the cold, to going on a cruise, visiting Perfect Day, enjoying a margarita, and everything in between, and frankly visiting the Eiffel Tower. And everything in between. I really do believe humanity should travel. And I'm really happy that we curate some of the most amazing travel for families in the world.
Well, that seems a really perfect place to leave off. And thank you so much again for joining us today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You can find all of our interviews with other travel experts from around the world on the Well Traveled with AAA feed on iTunes and Spotify. We hope you'll rate us or leave a comment and let us know what you think. I'm Abby Kozolczyk. Thanks for listening.